they say themselves in these papers that they filed that this is under the Presidential Records Act. So what they did was to try and criminalize Donald Trump, as they always do. They found these three mundane statutes, espionage and the two others, obstruction, and they're trying to claim that there was some sort of criminal activity, but their papers say it's under the Presidential Records Act. So your admission is the power that we've all been saying he does have. So you can take a picture of top secret documents, Charlie, and show the world a label, but if they're declassified, as he has the right to do, then he has the right to have them, and he was working together with NARA, as we know, and that back and forth could have been done at a table as they had been doing for months prior.
Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Wednesday, August 31st, 2022. Welcome to day 589. The Justice Department obtained the search warrant for Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate after receiving evidence that highly classified government documents were, quote, likely concealed and removed, end quote, from a storage room as part of an effort to obstruct the FBI's investigation. In a 36-page court filing, federal prosecutors said Trump's representatives falsely claimed that a diligent search had been conducted and all sensitive material had been returned. Quote, the government also developed evidence that government records were likely concealed and removed from the storage room and that efforts were likely taken to obstruct the government's investigation, end quote. This according to a letter from Justice Department Counterintelligence Chief Jay Bratt. More than 100 additional classified items were found during the August 8th search of the premises, including 3 classified documents in desks inside Trump's office and material so sensitive that, quote, even the FBI counterintelligence personnel and DOJ attorneys conducting the review required additional clearances before they were permitted to review certain documents, end quote. In total, more than 320 classified documents have now been recovered from Mar-a-Lago. Trump's team has a deadline of 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday to respond to the government's filing. Moving on, the FDA authorized updated versions of the Pfizer and Moderna COVID-19 booster shots that target the BA.4 and BA.5 Omicron subvariants. The CDC's Vaccine Advisory Group is set to meet Thursday to vote on whether to recommend the boosters, which means the Biden administration could begin offering boosters just after Labor Day. Meanwhile, about 3.8 million renters say they're likely to be evicted in the next 2 months, according to the Census Bureau. In total, 8.5 million people are behind on their rent, and nearly half of all renters, which is more than 30 million people, have seen rent hikes in the last 12 months. The median rent in the United States topped $2,000 a month, up nearly 25% since before the pandemic. And finally, life expectancy fell in the United States in 2021 for the second year in a row, the biggest 2-year decline in almost 100 years. In 2019, someone born in the United States had an average life expectancy of 79 years, which dropped to 77 years in 2020 and to 76.1 years in 2021. Americans can now expect to live as long as they did in 1996, which Dr. Stephen Wolfe, professor of population health and health equity at Virginia Commonwealth University, called very disturbing and an historic setback. And in the polls, Morning Consult and the New York Times say 14% of Americans view COVID-19 as a severe health risk in their community, down from 33% in January, and 28% of adults say they are very concerned about a coronavirus outbreak, down from 46% in January. 34% of very liberal Americans, meanwhile, say COVID-19 presents a great risk to their personal health and well-being, down from 47% in March. And Politico says 76% of young female voters in key battleground states oppose the Supreme Court's decision to strike down the constitutional right to abortion, while 18% say they support it. Among young Republican women, 57% oppose the Dobbs decision, while 36% support it. 47% of voters aged 18 to 35 say they were very motivated to vote in November following the Dobbs decision, up from 38% in March. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website
And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Anditas.